Where are you at on your nail journey? Are you just discovering, oh my gosh, I love nails? Or have you been in nails for a while and you're just excited to expand the knowledge? I'm gonna show you guys step by step how to do a dry manicure. This isn't a fad, this isn't a trend. It has been here, it will continue to be. Check out these results. And at the very end, you'll see some bomb color. I just did the removal. It's important that no matter where the product has grown out, that it is flat. I gotta be able to get my bit underneath the pocket, okay? So if I have a hump of product right here, it's going to change the angle in which I'm able to effectively start exfoliating. I don't want to be digging into the nail like this. I want to keep it flat. And the way that we can do that is by thinning out the product back here. So this is what a excellent nail looks like, ready for a dry manicure. I've already kind of done like a little evaluation to see how we are going to get beautiful results in a timely manner. Perfectionism is not your friend here, you guys. Gently take your cuticle pusher, and I am not a fan of this, let's just jam the cuticle off the nail plate. I hate this motion. And the reason for that, A, it can hurt your client, and B, is because we want to create a very beautiful arch, almost like a little rainbow. So I want to just tuck it right up underneath and release the cuticle. I am not scraping. If there's any dead tissue, I'm not here trying to actually push down on it like this. You don't want to do that. The bits are going to do the work for you. Do not apply force. And basically what I'm just doing at this point is I am releasing the cuticle off of the nail plate so that I don't overfile. And the bigger thing is that this is the important question. I'm going to ask my client, what's your comfort level? Whether you're an experienced nail tech or just starting out, Erica's ATA has all the tools you'll need to create stunning nails with ease. From the best bits on the market to trending gel colors and nail art tutorials, we got you covered. Visit Erica's ATA and level up your nail game. I really like this client's nails. This is what I would call a normal, whatever that really means. You can tell that there's really no cracks in the skin. She's got some typical dryness. She's not soft and wet. Dry manicures don't go well with anybody who has like hyperhidrosis, where they have like really moist hands. So because of that, I'm gonna go in with a flat bit. This is a small tapered diamond barrel. It's one of the bits that we use in a dry manicure, and you're gonna start off at about 6,000 RPMs in the forward direction. So you're gonna start anywhere between like the right side and move your tool to the left. My E-file is in the forward direction, and I am just gently sweeping any product breakdown, any dead tissue, and remember that dead cuticle is dead tissue. I'm pushing gently into that proximal fold, so gentle, and I'm rotating my client's hand. I am not going down and flossing. This would only hurt her lateral fold. I'd start overfiling and create damage. So I'm just gently in my fingers, rocking her fingers. We're just gonna take that tip of the barrel, push it oh so gently into that proximal fold area, and just sweep away that debris, just like that. I kind of did a few more. You can see right here, before I continue on, see how much more that left side is opened up than this? The reason for that is we want to work the opposite direction in which the bit is spinning. So right now my bit is spinning this way, and I am gently pushing in to remove those skin cells. All right, I'm gonna show you this again. We can see right here it's a little more overgrown, no problem. Same thing, keep that barrel flat, that way we're not creating any marks. And that's why we have to remove the bulk of the product in the apex area, so I can lay that barrel flat so I don't overfile and use that edge to carve into her nail plate. What's awesome about medium is while I'm doing all this cuticle cleanup, I'm also prepping that regrowth area. I'm at about 6,000 RPMs. If my client tends to do a little more lifting, I will bump up my RPMs a little to about like 10,000 just to give it a little more, little scratchy. Now, you're gonna do all 10 fingers in the forward direction, turn your E-file to a complete stop, and then start back over, working from the left to the right. My E-file is in reverse, and my first focus is just gently sweeping the debris out from the nail plate, and then once I've successfully done that, I gently push into the proximal fold then down the lateral fold, but I'm not flossing, just using that edge, and it's opening up. Then I'm gonna do the back roll, and ever so gently, everything in this process I would do to my dying grandma. Well, and I guess what I meant by that is it's okay for anybody. This is a very safe process. Her nails don't need anything really aggressive, just basic cleaning it up, making them look pretty so that she has a beautiful manicure and that they're aesthetically pleasing. Now, see this right here, some extra dry skin. And this is common, especially seeing these little cruncharoonies. You see it's like a little baby crunch. See the little of that? Well, the product, she's got product on, right? We're doing a structured manicure and she's living life. So that pressure, and she's not used to wearing her nails longer, is pushing in and kind of like creating like a little callus. So I'll take like my pointer finger, pull back that skin and just exfoliate it and soften it. That way when I put my cuticle oil on, it'll just be so soft and supple. Getting your clients into using cuticle oil is so important. It's not just about, oh, it smells good. It really is hydrating the nail and keeping it so that you have a longer wear time. Again, we're working from left to right in the reverse direction. I'm just gonna start right over here, sweep away those dead skin cells. So gentle, you guys. And you know what? When you are doing this correctly, you're gonna find when your client's coming back in 4 to 5 weeks that you don't have a lot of work. If you're finding that they're coming back and they're extra crunchy, that means you've gone too far. Stop. Like, it's okay. Just do less. Totally fine. So use those visual aids to say, wait, how come all my clients are coming back and they kind of look like a little more jagged and roughed and callous? Well, that's a good indicator you went too far. And not always. You want to remove what's dead and soften what's living. And your cuticle, when you soften with your cuticle oil, when you soften, that's going to help just with your overall manicure retention and looking good. It's hydration. Think about how often we are washing our hands and stripping them of their natural oils. So what we're just trying to do with cuticle oil is repair and keep that skin beautiful and supple so it doesn't crack. Look at that. Okay, like, come on, give your girl some love, man. That is so good. And you know what? I could have jacked it up if I came in here with my pusher and just started pushing, because I wouldn't get this beautiful, nice little arch. Not using cuticle oil is like not wearing chapstick. When your lips are chapped, you choose crusty or kissable. I choose cuticle oil and I choose kissable. Watch out, Ren. For all you in the house, how many of you are like, yeah, I still gotta do more? This is a structured gel manicure. Right here, I would stop. Some of you I know are fussing about this little piece of skin right here. See that? I see you. You wanna go in for the kill. And if you do, here's the problem. Long term, you're gonna cut it, it's gonna have a raw edge, and then it's gonna catch and it's gonna start to fray. Whereas if I just wait and I pump the brakes and I trust the process, I'm gonna be able to lay my product, do the color, then I'm gonna be able to apply my cuticle oil and go over with the biggie or the polisher, and then it'll all just be soft and it'll just lay flat right on top of the colored nail, and she'll just look so pretty. And the exciting part about all of this is that that's gonna be less time. So you're gonna notice as you're building your clientele, you're not going to have to work as hard because their nails are set up for success because we're hydrating, we're refining, and we're softening. We're getting away from the overcutting. Come on, let's make livable, pretty nails. Now, if you're like, yeah, that looks good, but I wanna go a little farther, totally fine. Is this considered a Russian manicure? It's a dry manicure. I don't care what names you use, but when you're throwing out words like Russian, people are going to think that you're spending a lot more time on cuticle work, and that you are going to be cutting an excessive amount of eponychium and proximal fold right here. And that's something I don't want to do, and I don't want to champion, because look how beautiful that is. There's a reason the proximal fold is there, and that reason is to keep germs, bacteria out. I'm going in with the Erica's Precision. Now, when you're working with the flame, you're gonna change your angle here. I told you with the small tapered barrel to go flat. Now, I want you to go flat with just that tip. I'm not leading with the point. Point is like this. I want to lead with the cheek. See that side? That way if my client accidentally jerks, I don't do any cuticle piercing. very, very gently, I have the Precision Erica's Flame on the nail plate, and I am just sweeping out any debris. This is helping me just open that pocket up a little more, which allows me to tuck the polish. I'm coming around the lateral fold, being very intentional about where I'm placing the bit and pulling back that skin. I'm not doing this. I see this all the time. It opens it up real pretty, but overall, I'm over-filing and creating damage to this fold. So like, I think it's really important about how we talk about this and how we're communicating what a dry manicure is. Like, we're not like e-filing the cuticles. We're e-filing to exfoliate. And what we're exfoliating is the dead tissue, okay? So instead of doing it the typical way with water and pushers and softeners, I am using the bit to just scratch it right off. That way I can really have a precision, detailed look that allows me to get in this little bat cave, little bear cave right in there. And this is when you got to be careful, because look at how much more of that raw skin that I'm showing. Can you go too far? You bet. You can go too far in a dry manicure. You can go too far in a Russian manicure. And just using nippers and doing a basic wet manicure, you can go too far. You hear me? Just don't go too far. It's always good to check in with your client and just see what their comfort is. What you don't want to say is, does this hurt? No. I am so sad that there are so many people that just associate beauty with pain. It's not supposed to hurt. There could be different fingers that are also sensitive, and you're not bad. You don't have to sit there and be like, am I hurting her? Just be like, hey, you feeling okay? Nothing's supposed to have any discomfort. Give them the power to say something as you're asking, but don't create those fear words. Does this hurt? Are you uncomfortable? But you guys, this is a dry manicure. I used an e-file and diamond bits to effectively just scratch, exfoliate. Scratch is like, kind of cringy, right? Like moist. Ugh. Exfoliate. What we wanted to do is just exfoliate what was dead and soften what is living. I'm using Luxio Build for my structured gel manicure. We're gonna do a really awesome Luxio gel color. Slip it, baby! I got my Luxio Build and I'm just kind of like scrubbing that in. The first layer, scrubbing it into grooves, is that what I have roughed up with my dry manicure allows the product to better adhere. Now that I have my slip layer, gel is attracted to gel. I have a bigger bead, and you saw me just swoop, 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 and then drag down. I'm gonna flip the hand and allow gravity to build that natural apex. Gently floating extra product to where it needs to go. Use your light to make sure that you don't have any wiggles, and then go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. Look at this pretty autumn color. So here's some quick tips. Make sure there's not too much product on your brush. And I just do a little shimmy around the cuticle area and then pull the product. This is not like actual lacquer where your brush is at an angle where you're actually pulling the product. You're more kind of like sliding it. So keep your brush bristles a little parallel, not vertical, and just gently glide the product over. That's gonna keep from really showing those little brush marks. Okay, and because you know your girl ain't perfect, I got a little bit of color in the lateral fold, was trying to do it all tight and pretty, but remember, pretty not perfect. Grab my uh-oh bit. I'm at about 16,000 RPMs, and when you are taking a little spill out of the lateral fold on the right side, you're gonna put it in reverse because you want the bit to spin away from the nail. That way you don't lose control and then it roughs up the rest of the nail. And if your little spill was on the left side, you'd put your e-file in forward so that it's spinning to the left, okay? But listen, we all make mistakes. It's about having the tool to correct it. You're gonna go in for the second coat cure, 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna apply my Akzentz Shine-On. The Akzentz Shine-On is probably one of my favorite top coats of all time. And the reason for that is I just find that it really holds up to life. You don't get any of that staining. It helps hold the shape, and it doesn't go as matte as some of the other top coats. Like, this is like a gateway into the Akzentz line. Definitely give it a try. I'm gonna do a finish file. I'm gonna flip over all the nails and just see if there's any like lip of color that might have spilled underneath. Or if it's looking a little like juicy, I'm just gonna take that file and just smooth it down. That way the client is also able to pick up, just kind of like by thinning down and creating a like sharper edge for my client. This structured gel manicure is not from the 80s. I don't have to feel like I'm breaking the cap or breaking the seal. She's gonna have longer wear, especially if her natural nail is underneath, because I'm separating that natural plate from the free edge. That way when there's any kind of direct hit, it's not separating the free edge from the product. We're almost done. This is where the magic happens. We're gonna go ahead, make sure you apply your cuticle oil all over. The dropper should not touch your client's skin. I got the very fine polisher bit. I'm running at about 15,000 RPMs just because she's nice and supple. If somebody's a little more dry, speed is your friend. And that oil now is being worked into her skin. This is so gratifying. This is also great for any of your clients who are biters or have hangnails. You're just softening all of that skin so it's nice and supple. If you decided to use cuticle nippers or cuticle scissors, no matter what type of manicure you've done, dry manicure, Russian manicure, regular manicure, you should always soften the skin. Work the oil, help rehydrate. It just also creates a better look and a better feel for your client, and it sets them up for success as they go out and rock those nails. And you guys, one of the biggest differences as we wrap up this dry manicure for 2024 is less is more. If you're loving what you see, whether you're a nail tech, a DIYer, or a total nail girly, go ahead and share this video with your favorite nail bestie. Cannot wait to see you guys, hopefully in a class, and to see your next dry manicure.